Hello, this is the video I wish I had when I started woodworking. I'm going to give you 5 tools that you need to get started in the world of woodworking. These are not the 5 best woodworking tools ever. There's loads of better tools than these. This is simply the bare minimum to get started with building the basics. I'm going to break it down. It's going to be chapters along the bottom, skip through as you wish. I'm also going to break down the costs. The cost of the tools that I bought and I can recommend, and also some cheaper alternatives. But remember, buy the best you can afford. Let's go. Number 1, a drill. Now, yes, you can use a hand drill, but why would you nowadays? This thing cost me about £150 when I got it years ago. I have had it way before I started woodworking for use around the home. It does everything. Drill, hammer, multi-speed, torque. This cost me £150 back in the day. Nowadays you can get this and one of these for £180. This impact driver is amazing. If you get another battery, pre-drill, drive, job done. Can't recommend Dewalt enough. They are bomb-proof. They might not be the best, but they sure survive being dropped. A lot. So when I started woodworking, this was one of the first purchases I made. This is an Evolution Mitre Saw. It cost £140, which is an absolute steal. Yes, I wanted a better one, but I couldn't afford one, and I can't justify replacing this because it does such a good job. You can cut lengths of wood on a 90-degree angle, but it's also got the mitre feature, so you can cut 45 degrees for a bit more advanced joinery, and you've got a trenching feature as well, which I used in my last video when I made the workbench. That works amazingly. For £140, it is a must-have. Next up, the controversial one, and it was controversial to me too. One of the biggest mistakes I made when I started was I got a really cheap table saw you'll have seen in my other videos. I hate it, and because it's so useless, I never use it. So if you want a cheaper alternative to a table saw for cutting longer lengths, then you've got to go for a track saw. Table saws are great, but unless you're spending good money, you're not going to beat the performance of a track saw. This is an Evolution one. Again, I'm not sponsored by Evolution, but if they want to hit me up, they can. This cost me 120 quid. In fact, it didn't. I got it half price in the Black Friday sale. But if you want one of these, £120, I've fallen in love with it, and it's what I use to make this workbench. Another tool that I've had for absolutely years is my jigsaw. I did a van conversion years ago just for lugging my kayaks around the country, and this thing cost me £45. In fact, it's still £45. This is a Ryobi Jigsaw. It is so cheap because it's corded. Cordless is going to set you back about 100, but this Ryobi one has lasted me forever. Great for making those curved cuts, great for kind of things more intricate than you'd get with a track saw or a mitre saw. This thing I have just gone back to all the time. Again, the price of it, I can't justify buying a new one. There's no need for an upgrade. This does the job. I've said it before and I'll say it 1,000 times more. Sanding is sad. Don't be a chump and do it by hand. Get yourself one of these things. Again, Dewalt, one of my favourite brands. Don't think they do sponsorships, but you want to try. Anyway, this thing's amazing. I've had it for a long time. It's got multiple speeds that you can adjust, and it doesn't leave those marks and lines and swirls that I often see with other brands. £80 for the corded one. I'd always recommend a corded sander. How often do you need to sand away from a power socket? Get this, it will save you so much time, coupled with some good quality sanding pads, and you will knock down the time it takes to sand drastically. I love you. Who's raging that I haven't included a table saw in my top 5? I know you are. Now, I've not included things like clamps, chisels, hammers, because this is more of a focus on power tools. But let's see how much this all costs altogether. First up, Evolution Mitre Saw, £140. Next, drill and driver combo, get the combo, it's worth it, £180. Evolution track saw, £120, absolute steal, they're even on offer quite a lot, get one. Put it there. Jigsaw, one of the best £45 you'll ever spend. I don't know how they make something so cheap. £45, just get one. Dewalt Orbital Sander, one of the best sanders that I've had, and I've had a few cheaper brands. I can recommend a couple of cheaper ones, but when I say recommend, they worked for a while, but they never did as good a job as this. £80, get the corded one, it's cheaper. So, all in, £565. Not bad at all. Now the reason I haven't included the table saw is because it would cost more than that for a table saw alone, and I can't justify that. No way. However, I have left out obvious bits. Chisels, clamps, hammers, nails. Those are things that you just build up over time. These things will get you started. You can start knocking apart pallet wood and building pallet wood furniture with just these tools. You can break down plyboard. You can do pretty much cabinetry and any kind of furniture with these tools. You might not be able to make it fancy, but they will get you started. If this video has helped you at all, please like and subscribe. I'm on a bit of a drive with my subscribers at the minute and it's just going up, up, up. And I'd like to see it continue. Thank you so much for your support. Peace. I'm too old to say that.